貴様の拳など顔どにも効かんわい。お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Dang! I'm Derek Bissell, and this is Anime Elixir, and there is something special in the lab today. The energy in this place is magical. The buzz that people have been giving me is downright electric. In the last few days, so many people have been messaging me about things that they'd like to see that it boggles the mind. With that, I'd like to address something. Viewers have been asking for guest spots on the show, and I just want you to know that I take this production seriously, so I can't just have anyone on here. The show is done with a lot of heart and dedication. That being said, I am here to give the people what they want. You asked for more guest spots, and I went out and found someone to do the intro to the actual lesson itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this time before the episode to thank a member of Seattle's very own, very British association for joining me on this one. Please welcome Quentin Bainbridge. Imagine a world very much like our own, in which certain archaic powers have faded from the watchful eye of society. Where once witches and wizards were commonplace among the people of the land, that time has long since left us. Instead, spells are done in secret. The people know of magic. They know of its possibility. But technology is our modern magic, and so the importance of the old ways has lessened. In this world, there is a school that takes in young people who wish to be a part of that mystical life. And it would be quite easy to assume that I'm talking about Harry Potter. But that's not what Derek is going to be talking about today, because he's a weeb who's borderline obsessed with anime. Instead, he's going to be doing the same thing he does every week by talking to you about life lessons from a cartoon. Thanks, Quentin. Of course, Harry Potter is one of the most well-known pieces of modern literature. It has a lot of great life lessons in it as well. But why don't we have an anime version? Lucky for you, last year Studio Trigger brought us the full story of Little Witch Academia. Little Witch Academia was originally released in 2013 as a short film for Japan's Young Animator Training Project. Director Yo Yoshinari then directed a full 25-episode series, which again you can find on Netflix, with Studio Trigger. You might already be familiar with Trigger if you've seen my last episode on Gurren Lagann, as they're founded by the same director I mentioned, Hiroyuki Imaishi, as well as other former Gainax employees. The story follows Akko, a young woman who has been inspired by seeing a performing witch named Shiny Chariot, and then we get to see her on her journey to go to wizard school. Specifically, Hogwarts. Well, it is an all-girl school, so I guess it's Beauxbatons?
No, Derek.
No?
It's Luna Nova.
Okay, my editor has just informed me that it is actually called Luna Nova Academy. Even before she arrives to Luna Nova, we see that Akko isn't like super good at the whole magic thing. She can't even ride a broom, which is something that we see other children her age doing with ease. After a few comedic mishaps, we see Akko come in the possession of a wand in an ancient magic forest. She is soon told that this wand can be used to unlock the gate to an even stronger magic that might just be able to bring witchcraft and wizardry back to its glory days. She just has to speak the 7 words of Arcturus. Now, these words are actually sentences, and they can't be activated unless the wielder of Akko's very own shiny rod understands the lesson that comes with them. It'd spoil the magic of the show if I ruined the story for you, but that doesn't mean that we can't go into the words themselves. First of the 7 words is strive for your ideal place. At least to me, strive is the important word here. When you are trying to obtain your dreams, you are going to come across challenges. You are going to fail. You might fail a lot. Like Akko, you might even fail at things that other people find simple. But that's what striving is. Going forward through the hardships. Those obstacles are going to get in your way week after week, but you cannot let yourself get scared away from facing them. Next, you do not get the things that you dream of. You get the things you work for. If you can envision your ideal place, you can achieve it. You just have to be willing to work. Like the last word, this lesson relates to putting in the effort, But the first word is only about having the courage to not give up on your dreams. This lesson is different. This lesson is harder. When you've mastered the art of sticking to your goals, it gets even more difficult. You can no longer just sit around wishing. You have to go do. Then we come around to, do not compare yourself to others. Do only what you can do. So, you've got your heart set on something, and you're finally taking the steps towards it. And after a few steps, you begin to look ahead. There are others who are trying to achieve your dream as well, and some of them might be farther ahead than you could even think of reaching. Some of them started after you and are already starting to pass you by. But these steps aren't as a part of a race, they're a journey, an adventure. I have friends with 10 times the amount of subscribers I have, and I even have one friend who has 100 times my own. But I'm not sweating it. And that's all because of the next rule. To see it through, patience is important. I just started chasing my dream of voice acting by making a channel like this, and you might have just started a new diet or a workout routine. You might have started at the bottom of a new job with hopes of moving up. And after that initial momentum fades away, you're going to start feel it slowing all down, and doubt will try to creep in the cracks of your enthusiasm. When this happens, you'll want to go back to what you know and what's comfortable. Just take a breath. Think it out. Be patient. In a slightly more complicated lesson, we get, when traditional and modern powers mingle, the gate to an unseen world will open. Now, this makes perfect sense in context to the show, but how do we relate it to our own lives? One way to look at it is to see that the unseen world is your goals that you haven't reached yet. Instead of getting torn between new school and old school lines of thinking, try taking both parts and making your own path from them, because that often creates the best results. Don't be afraid to try new things, but also be open to learning from the past. This is followed by a simple lesson. Thank you. It'd be a little silly for me to explain something so common, right? Well, in this we see that it's not just about going through the motions of thanking people. We also need to recognize why we are thanking people. For instance, it's very easy for me to say, thank you for watching my videos, but it becomes so much more heartfelt when I think about why I'm thanking you, the listener, for taking this precious time in your day to take in what I'm saying. As of right now, that is 4 hours and 35 minutes of time that people have just spent taking in these lessons. That's like half a Lord of the Rings movie. So, I hope you feel a little bit of the magic when I say, thank you. Finally, we have connect with other people and your dreams will grow. Because most dreams are possible to achieve alone. But think about how much more something means when you have other people there with you. Maybe not every step of the way. This is most definitely still your quest, and you are the person most responsible for your dreams, but we so rarely do anything alone. I'm only able to make these videos because of the people who come to me after they're released and tell me how something struck them. Don't be afraid to ask for help or advice when it comes to getting what you want. You're not inconveniencing anyone, even if you're afraid that you're a bother. But you're not a bother or an annoyance or a hindrance or anything like that. You are a friend. And as your friend, I'm here to tell you that everything's okay. And if things aren't okay, then you can come talk to me. You can always send a message to animeelixirpodcast@gmail.com or send a message to me on Twitter at anime_elixir. That's all we got for this week, but I can't wait to see you guys again next week. So long, and thanks for all the anime.